How's it going, guys, and welcome to another Creativerse tutorial video. So after posting the last video about how to make a fan railway, someone was having trouble with getting fans to go uphill, and I'd never really messed around with that, so I thought I'd do a few tests and see if I could find a solution to their problem. Now, the problem they were finding was that it wasn't pushing them uphill reliably, and I might have identified one problem they're having, and that is that fans have an interesting property that if you're trying to get pushed and right in front of the fan and it doesn't have a clear passage directly in front of it, for example, these two blocks here blocking the passage of air, it seems to lose all power. So if I stand here, it won't really push me anywhere. However, if it has a couple of blocks of power, it will push you more. Whoa, whoa, that was interesting. Okay. But now this is 10 blocks high here. There's a 10 block long ramp, and this won't quite get me over. At least the tests I've done won't quite push me over it. So we'll just go here and go dum, and it will just get to the top, and then we'll slide back down. And I've been messing around with distances, and so far I've found that this distance is actually the perfect distance. So that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away from the ramp. So this is what I've found to be the best distance for building up momentum. And that will shoot us straight over, perfectly like that. So I don't actually know how many more blocks this will take, and I'll do a bit of testing on that in a minute. But for people who are having trouble with pushing themselves up ramps of ice with fans, make sure that you are placing yourself at least 3 blocks away from the ramp, because otherwise the fan simply won't work. It's similar to how if I put an ice block here, it won't really push me all that much. See here, I'm just not really going anywhere. Take it away, and I shoot off. So yeah, that's a very important thing. Apart from that, they seem to kind of work as well as I could possibly expect them to. They seem to almost push you as far up ice as they do along it. So that's actually pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. What I want to know now is just how far up here they're going to push me. So I am going to continuously build and throw myself up this ramp until I reach the maximum distance. So guys, I will see you in a minute. Okay guys, we are at 15 blocks tall on the ramp, and I've come across a very strange physics behavior. So check this out. It looks like we're going to go right over it just fine, and then here we get to this point where we slow down, but we're still moving up. The weird thing is, if I jump, I'm still moving up. If I jump back, I'm still moving up. The momentum's just completely persistent, but really slow. Until I move a certain amount of blocks back, then I fall back. It's really, really weird, and I have no way of explaining it. So it looks like it goes a little bit weird once you hit a certain point, and it might be, my suspicion is that it might be due to going past a chunk boundary. So the longest I tested it at without it being at all weird was 12 blocks. So for now, I think you should assume that 12 blocks is the maximum you can kind of go without things getting a little bit weird. I wasn't expecting that to be a problem at all, because momentum wasn't a problem there. If that glitch hadn't happened, I would have gone straight over. Now, the next issue is whether we can create... I'm going to go a few more blocks down on this just to make sure that I haven't caught... that I don't get that glitch anymore, because that's kind of obstructive to the point of this video. My next problem is to see if I can get it to reliably, thank you, push me along. And I'm pretty sure I can get it to work. At least I tested this previously, whether it will work to just push me along without sending me up into the sky, and I think it worked. I'm just going to build a few blocks out here. Whoops, I'm a bit messy there. And see, I want to have enough that I know that I'm kind of not getting thrown around so much that I'm going to shoot off. If it's too short, I won't get a good impression of the stability of the process. Now, let's see how this goes. Okay, Geronimo! And boom! Excellent. So that height there is, I believe, 12 blocks. And that works just fine. Let's actually count it just to make sure. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have a look up. 11, 12. Okay, so that's actually 11 blocks there, yeah. But we're going fast enough that 12 blocks would also work. But yeah, this one here that you're just seeing work is 11 blocks long at 5 blocks distant. Remember that 3 blocks also works to push you up, but you only get about 8 blocks of distance up. So if your fan is 3 blocks away from the ramp, only have the ramp be 8 blocks tall. But at that point there, I could go 5 blocks long and have another 10 to 12 block tall ramp. So it looks like going up mountains is certainly possible with not all that many fans if you look at it, just so long as you're careful about where you put the fans. So this is really cool, and I'm glad I was able to make this work for you guys. So yeah, I hope this video has been useful, and in particular for the guy who was having problems getting up mountains, I hope this helps him with his project. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See you later.